in like a TIE fighter either. And their clan name was TIE Fighters.
Right, so welcome to Level Up TV at levelupyourgame.net with me, Disrepute and Vor. This is ClanBase EuroCup 26. And we're in Group A for Play versus Mamut. A group stage match is going to be Play's first match, in fact. And an important one against an already practiced Mamut. Let's have a look at the teams quickly. Mobas, Senti, Puri, Sugar against Miso, Satan, Nubikilla and Deeth. And let's kick off on Purgatory. Mamut's map pick with superstar, legend, Swedish extraordinaire Puri.
LAN winner.
Yeah, multiple lands.
Didn't add that in, did you?
I didn't, but that's why you're here, Vor.
Good. But I'm here, I mean.
Rocket launch. It takes a lot of plasma damage.
A lot of what?
Almost took mega damage in my eyes, but...
Mega damage.
Yeah, mega damage. Nice rush on towards the red arm. It looks like Play have timed that one perfectly. Very well coordinated, that attack, in fact. And they've confiscated that railgun away in the hands of Senti. Legendary Quake 3 TDM himself. But Miso's got in on that battlesuit. And Nubikilla on the quad, so Play have really dropped the ball on the first power-ups, although the quad is quickly dispatched. Oh, wow. The rockets on Miso there sends him down to 50 health, took a couple of directs. Anybody else but the battlesuit would have been eliminated. He's got the red armor though to work with now, and this rocket launcher, 6 rocket shots. Still got 5 seconds to go. Going to push onto this rail. He can really do some serious damage here. We see Play have all gathered together, and that's actually cost 2 of them their lives, but they do come out with at least 2 people surviving. Senti with the railgun, he's got 1 shot left though. The lightning gun and plasma and shock. 70% rail for Senti as well. Strong rail level.
Yes, his stats would suggest so.
Excellent.
70%, that's pretty impressive.
That's what we go on, stats only, right?
That's all that matters. You can't prove that you suddenly hit a load of good shots if the stats don't reflect it. It's all about what's on paper or on your screen, no?
The map's begun, though it's pretty close. What's your feeling before it's really got going about who's the stronger team?
Well, Mamut tend to put good performances in on this map, as you'd expect. It's their home map after all. But, you know, I think this is a very strong map for Play as well, from what I can remember of their games in the past.
Yeah, we saw them timing an attack on red very effectively the second.
Well, they made the more impressive start. Now, they were unfortunate to be caught out, obviously, by the time the power-ups spawned, because, you know, they'd done a good job around the map on the red, etc. But obviously, not knowing the first time the power-ups, they were caught out.
It's really going to show it on this second set of power-ups, though. Nubikilla with a red and mega. Lightning gun rocket launcher, he's looking tanked to the brim here.
Yeah, if he gets suit clean, then it'll be very hard for anyone to do anything to him.
You guys needs an easy suit grab, and he could be very dangerous around this map, and the delay on the quad is not going to be good for the quad grabs in future. Senti picking up that one, but he's taking so much damage, he's so vulnerable. Only 5 health, shotgun in hand, he could go down here! And he's actually railed by Deeth. Switch back to the battlesuit, although Deeth did look like an interesting setup to follow. Mega now to the name of Nubikilla. Again, red armor's going to be up in a second for the battlesuit, doesn't even need it. And what's very unusual about that is that you would have thought Mamut came out best on that, but Play actually lead by 4 frags.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, it's all down, well, not all down to luck, but there's a lot of luck involved with, are you taking the right route around the map? And, you know, what might yield 10 frags one day might give you none the next. It's all about, you know, knowing exactly where you need to go. But, you know, you have to make decisions quickly, and unfortunately, you just didn't see anyone. With
experience, obviously, you base it on when the items will spawn up, you base it on the hot spots around the map, spawn points, and your team's communications. That's a good, clean frag by Nubikilla. And he's got himself a lightning gun. Well, he got the kill with the lightning gun, actually. But he has a rocket launcher to his teammate. It's a slow pace to this game. Very unusual for Purgatory.
Yeah, I think at the moment, it's Play who are just making sure they get rails and yellows to defend themselves against the red and lightning gun pushes of Mamut, because at the moment there's no pressure on the red from Play.
Moby is...
But this is a good attack, Senti moving in.
And And they've timed it so well to steal that red. That's exactly the kind of team play we expect to see from Play. And look, they're just going to back off now. They stole the red away. Back off. It's the power-up time. Look at the stack he's maintained.
Yeah, it's nice movement away as a team. You know, no one was getting left behind fighting a battle that was no longer important.
That is such good play. They just so carefully organised on that one. They are going to miss out on the quad, but the more powerful power-up at this point is the battlesuit. Mobius dropping down eliminates that quad and switch back to the battlesuit. He's going to pick up a frag here on Deeth, is he? Yeah, eventually. Rocket launcher, then shotgun combo. Satan soon to follow. So that passage of play was really very impressive.
Yeah, the attack on red was perfect, and then they wasted no time in moving away from it the moment the item was taken, because as soon as they took it, there was no reason to be there anymore. It was time to move to power-ups. They moved there as a team.
It shows a very high level of TDM experience and intelligence, if anything, that you're not in a good position in that red room. It's the items that make it worth it going there. 8 frags the margin, still such a close game as we follow Deeth. Russian round's going to get an easy frag on Senti. A lot of the frags we're seeing Mamut pick up are spawn kills, so they've been quite effective in that area of the game. This is the air rocket Deeth. He is probably one of the most laggy looking players to follow.
Yeah, it's bizarre mouse movements that make no sense. I mean, his ping is stable. Or fairly stable.
He could have really bad FPS as he plays. That would.
Oh yeah, maybe he's using a computer from 15 years ago. You're right.
But he's got an old hard drive. This doesn't even exist on Quake anymore, does it? Actually, so forget about that point. 3 frags the margin, only 4 in fact. Senti getting the frag through the window there. Lightning gun in hand. He's got 1 more red before the power-ups. It's going to be 6 odd seconds before the battlesuit spawns. It could be a dangerous route to take if.
No, he's got time. As long as his team have secured it, he's got time to get there.
Well,
not
the question,
at this rate.
isn't it? Oh my god, does just save it. Sugar not quite as quick to adapt to the situation there as you might have liked. To back off and swap. We're going to follow Nuba Killer with the quad. And he catches out that battlesuit pretty heavily, although he's pretty weak himself, so.
He knocked the suit into the void.
Did he? Oh my goodness. Stick that in a frag movie of this season, I think. Picks up 2 frags with this quad run, as well as the kill on the battlesuit, and it's as good as tied this game up.
Yeah, Mamut, very impressive on this map. It really does show that they play this a lot.
And it's actually kind of impressive, I would say, to be very, very good at this map, because everybody plays it all the time. It's not like you can pick a Terminus, say, at the moment and dominate somebody on it or have really impressive performances, because you're doing that on the basis that no one else is really that good on it. Whereas this map, it's not really any excuse to be bad at it. Everybody plays the pickups all the time.
Yeah, they are playing very well. They have an advantage on the red pickups, and they've taken the most megas as well. They're only 2 yellows behind. It's quite close in some of these iron pickups, but the Mamut are playing it very effectively.
You're going to get the spawn right inside that room. Sugar had picked up that dropped rail from Puri's play, who had 4 impressives to his name.
I think some points in this game you could accuse player perhaps not challenging the red enough. I mean, we've seen some exceptional attacks on red by play, but at times they just kind of let it be taken.
Quite a passive game at the moment. To see how it works once they get some solid power runs, though.
I think they're far more focused on making sure they get rails, which is a very significant weapon on this map. But you need to then use the rail, make sure you put in pressure on the red, and maybe they're not doing that quite enough. Again, they had to save that battlesuit at the last second.
2 seconds.
Switch back to the battlesuit in the hands of Puri. Just stalking the frag on the back of Deeth here. So Deeth might even escape this. No. Yes, no. Don't know. Let's switch back to the quad. No, the quad's been eliminated. Wow, Puri almost dived into the void then. You're definitely right. Keeping a solid lock on that rail. Yeah, actually keeps the game pretty close. It stops Mamut really getting a good, strong defensive hold on the other side of the map away from play as well. But I think the key things around the power-up time. If your opponents don't have rail, you make it very hard to attack an area if you lock it down. Because you could just ping some rails out and keep them as far away from you as possible. And they can't really get that pre-entry damage. So it's quite a wise tactic to keep a solid lock on rail. But it won't, I don't think it'll win you a map just playing rail.
Wow, unless you get any rails.
Deeth now has a rail to his name. 5 impressives. 51% rail at the moment. He's backed off to this upper yellow with a teammate though. Impressive. So a questionable position to hold over a long period with 2 people.
It's always interesting watching Deeth. It's just like, sometimes he looks like he's got really stable sensitivity on his mouse, but then other times it looks like his mouse senses like 1mm 360.
I mean, it's just the excitement of seeing an opponent to shoot. Mobius coming rushing through the teleport with team support as well. Nubikilla does a good job countering them, and Balsu suddenly mismissing all his rail shots, and that really cost him badly. Whoa, Sugar taking a lot of lightning gun damage. He's now got the battle suit. Curry got the quad, and it's been eliminated. So free run around the map for teams are tied. Shug.
Oh, he needs to be careful. Teammate does help him with Miso. I mean, Miso took him down to 15 health.
Let's get the flag. Will he win over this red room? This could be a good second flag there in a row. He's caught in the air, but that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, again, he had his teammates supporting him, which is always nice to see.
Very team play orientated team. Our play. Wow, that's brilliant.
Stop talking.
They really are, though. And I love teams like that, because we saw D9 just like that as well. They're not quite as strong as play in terms of their performances, one might say.
No, but it's a similar playing style. It's just they are more effective at it.
It's only a 2-frag game between these two teams still. This is, yeah, a good, impressive performance actually, again by Mamut against the highly favoured play team, fresh from LAN victory.
Yeah, I mean, this is the lineup that won LAN, you know, minus Shug. So they had Sparty at the LAN.
Which would probably give you a stronger level of aim maybe and damage output, but not necessarily as strong a team play, so balances it out really. 2 frags. Here's the difference right before this power up. Deeth's doing such a good job. Oh, unfortunately he's run out of his key weapon ammo right before the power up. He's done so much. That's so much trouble to them, but you know what? Double power up.
Yeah, it was unfortunate Deeth ran out of, you know, both lightning gun and rocket ammo, because if he'd had just a bit more, he'd have killed both of those players waiting for suit.
Yeah, you got a question. I mean, there's a pretty clean pickup of quad. In fact, he's now got the mega. What the hell? He's got the mega to his name. But the battle suit was only really challenged by Deeth. I mean, there was one other player supporting, but where was the rest of Mamut?
Perhaps you can put it down to making frags at a key time. I mean, frags leading up to power-ups are very significant because it can leave, you know, the spawning players way out of position for them. That might have been what happened. Or they could have just forgot it, but let's give them more credit than that.
Nubikilla only 8 health. It's a 10 frag margin now.
Oh, that's great play though, with just that amount of health.
Nubikilla's really stepping up to the mark. I mean,
well, we were really impressed with him the other day as well.
Yeah, and he was substituted, wasn't he? So
I said the other day that was a demo cast.
Yeah. So we were surprised by that, but all the key kind of moments with Nubikilla, it's always interesting when you see players, you know, there's plenty of very good players, but players that can sort of pull out a key moment so often are usually turn out to be the star players, and EuroCup's definitely got that kind of potential on him. Puri moving in with the shotgun, only 3 health there, got 1 shot away before effectively giving away his shotgun to a 100 stack player now.
Yeah, Mamut is starting to play better on the red again. You know, there was a moment a few minutes ago where, you know, they were kind of stuck at the rail area more, and play was starting to get a lot of reds.
Trouble here. Puri's got nothing to defend his battlesuit with. It should be in the hands of Mamut, but they've all committed to it, which means they're not going to get quad. Mobius is going to grab that one. In the end, I think they were probably thinking, wow, we could have just sent a couple of us and taken that over. Doubled up on the parrots. We'll follow Mobius though. He has got Mega to his name, shotgun, 45 armor. So how perfect did that work out in the end for having failed the grab of the battlesuit?
Yeah, I mean, Mobius hasn't really seen anyone. That's the only unfortunate thing for him. But this is an opportunity to pick up 2 important kills.
He needs this kill really. Doesn't get it. Oh, that's a good kill.
Great shot to finish. And that's 2 railers he's just killed as well. So that's a real big setback to Mamut.
Yeah,
you know, any time you see a railer as a quad, you know, it's really important that you get them killed.
Just remember, rail, like every weapon, spawning every 30 seconds for 2 rails. So less than 30 seconds difference. You might be waiting a whole minute for those kind of pickups. Still in just over 10 frag margin. We've only got 2 sets of power-ups left, of which the next spawns in 50 seconds time. They're only a second apart, these 2 power-ups now. There was potential of a bigger gap building, but most of the challenges have come over battlesuit and resynced it up. It'd be an interesting option for maybe one team, let's say Mamut, to commit to going for the quad. Because play have gone for the battlesuit every single time.
Well, I think they need to ensure that they get a power up. In the last 2 spawns, I don't think they've really come away with anything, have they?
No, it's definitely been in the favour of play on most power-ups over this map, so making sure you get a power-up, very, very important. It's critical, in fact, considering they're now 12 frags behind. They're making a rush with no weapons, though. Giving away frags, and that's a very dangerous time to give away frags as well. Puri picking up the battlesuit. He was railed off into the lava, but of course battlesuit is protected from taking any damage in lava. The yellow armor as well to his name. I'm going to switch around to quad, and it's going to be a very stacked EuroCup. Puri's going to find it difficult to take him on. 160 armor to his name, lightning gun, rocket launcher, shotgun. So it seems like EuroCup did get himself in a position to get a good quad grab.
Yeah, the only problem is, you know, Puri doesn't care that the quad is strong, because Puri's just been running around killing the quad's teammates.
And they've built up quite a heavy lead on the back of that. In fact, it was before that. It was a lot of that's the frags that Mamut gave away trying to challenge a battlesuit with nothing.
Well, yeah, we saw 2 people just going in. One of them had a pummel. I mean, if you've only got that, there's really no point. Now, every frag is very important at this stage.
Senti just caught in the back there by EuroCup, who's been the star man for Mamut. Faux show. Although he's not hitting the most amazing statistics. 20% rail. Pick up a frag on Puri, reward himself with that freshly spawned lightning gun, rush down towards the Mega. There is a bit of spam towards it. In fact, it was stolen away by Mobius. He needs to start picking up the frags here. There's only 1 quad battlesuit left to spawn.
Well, they are closing it in. It's down to 9 from 15 or so.
That's true.
So they're on track. They just need to make sure they're set up well for these last power-ups. You know, we don't want to see them giving away free kills again, and that's a great kill.
It's a very big kill. That just stops them really being able to challenge this battlesuit if player in a good defensive position now. Good frag again there.
Yeah, again, he's killed a player with armor and he's killed a player with an important weapon.
He knows the time of red as well, so he's just going to steal that way because he's done his defensive job. That position. It's excellent adaptive play, and yeah, this is very nice by Shogi. He needs to back off though, because he will get taken out by the quad if he's not cautious. Deeth, I think, just stopped because his teammate might have been in the way there, but kind of expecting play to play a defensive game here. No, Puri's going to go aggressive, and they go frag for frag, so that works out all right.
Yeah, it works out fine for play. They're not the ones who are behind at this stage.
Nuba-Killer again with the red armor stack, rocket launcher. They have to hunt for kills now. 40 seconds left. It's going to be difficult, but they could still do it.
Yeah, and the thing is, the gap is enough that Play can make sure that they're not too passive. They can keep trying to do damage because, you know, every bit of damage they do means that, you know, we're going to see kill for kill.
Nuba-Killer back down for that red. He hasn't even really taken any damage anyway. He's more worried about ammunition, if anything. He's just chasing shadows though. 10 seconds left. It's a 5 frag margin. We really need kills now. And doesn't look like it's going to happen. Play a good defensive position and defend it out. A 4 frag margin.
They're very close. I mean, it is Mamut's home map. And I think they really did put in a good performance. You know, I thought Play would perhaps take this by more than they did, but Mamut, they played a really nice game around the red for most of the time. The only thing that let them down was their power-ups, and as we've seen in every game so far this week, you know, power-up play has been the deciding factor between most teams.